Good morning, friends. Oh, I'm on the struggle bus today. The struggle bus, I hate that saying. Why did I say that? Oh, I woke up with very painful sinuses and a very sore, swollen face. Yay! But I sound particularly congested because I've just used my neti pot to flush my sinuses. And they always get a little bit more bleh after that. But it'll slowly settle down a bit in a little while. So I started work about an hour and a half ago. Oh, a little bit more, an hour and 3/4 ago. Got quite a lot done actually, considering that Ghostbusters was playing in there and someone was strumming an out of tune guitar over the top of it. Anyway, I'm going to crack on, but I thought I'd just check in and say good morning. Mr. Fox says good morning too. Or is it Mrs. Fox? I don't know, I've never asked. I'll have to find out. Just been to the post office, or the poffice as I like to call it. It's my lunch break. Just nipped out to get some of my parcels off. Not quite managed to send all of them off yet because there's a couple of things I need to finish off sorting out for a couple of them. But most of them have gone. Oh dear. Face update, it still hurts. But I'm due to take some more painkillers shortly, so hopefully I will have a nice hot drink. Johnny made me a hot drink whilst I was in my supervision meeting, but he made it and left it me on the kitchen side with the tea bag in. So when I went to get it, it was really strong and lukewarm and only half full. Never mind, at least he made me one, bless him. Anyway, it's still grey here, but when I spoke to you this morning it was absolutely tipping it down. And although it's cloudy at the moment, it seems to be dry. And I am expecting to have a very muddy Ivy when I get her home because she's in the girls' football tournament today at school. So goodness knows what kind of a state. I think trainers, PE kit, pants, everything's going to have to go straight in the washing machine when we get back. Sometimes that's just the easiest way, isn't it? Shove it all in. Yes, it's very grey and foreboding looking. Don't like grey days. I like bright sunny autumn days, but oh my goodness, I've seen some gorgeous colour while I've been on my way to the post office and back, and it's only a short journey, but the trees all of a sudden have started to turn and they're just looking gorgeous. I wished I'd had the camera set up on the way down facing out and you would have seen some of it. Oh, you're a very slow poke. jiggity jig. Hopefully I'll have something pretty to show you later. I'm going to make a tiny pumpkin. Excuse me. Excuse me, madam. Any chance? Thank you. I'm going to make a tiny pumpkin. I've got a 4mm crochet hook. Yeah, it's a 4mm. And I've got my 2 ends of hand spun. So I'm going to crack on. I have made some pumpkin progress. I would say I'm possibly almost halfway around. It doesn't take me long to make one of these. It's not the fastest because it's thick yarn on a very thin hook. Well, it's not a very thin hook, but it's thin for the chunkiness of this yarn. And with them being half treble crochets, which is British trebles, it would be half double crochets in US terminology as well. They can be a little bit awkward. You have to do a bit of wangling sometimes. Crochet with a crowbar, I used to call it, when I was teaching regularly. But there you go. I'm not going to sit here and record myself crocheting the whole pumpkin. But I'll come back and show you when I get to stuffing it and show you how I do the stitching around bits. I'm just getting out my bodkin. It's a big one because it's stitching up time. So it's taken me less than an hour to whip that little thing up, which, considering it's a bit of a fiddle with those tight stitches, it's not bad going. Little Jack Horner sat in a corner, isn't it? That's what I was just thinking of. What's that nursery rhyme? Stuck in his thumb and pulled out a plum and said, "What a good boy am I." Toy stuffing. Won't take a lot. I'll just break this up a bit, rather than trying to force it all in one go, eh? And that's one of the benefits of using a tight tension with your yarn, is that you won't see your bright white toy stuffing through it once it's done. Bit more. That's it. Prizes for anyone who can tell me what that's from. Oh, look how cute it looks now. Give it a little bit more. I like things to be stuffed firmly, like me. Can't stand an understuffed toy. A little bit more. You want to be able to get plenty of resistance against the when you put the ties in to create the segments. So you don't want it understuffed for that reason alone, otherwise you'll end up with a very pancakey looking pumpkin when you're done. So I've actually put quite a lot of stuffing into that now. So I'm left with a little hole at the bottom. I'm going to get myself a decent long length of both strands and pull through. Here's my working loop. I'm just going to pull that through to fasten it off. Then I'm going to thread up my bodkin. A bodkin, in case you're not aware of that terminology, is another name, I think it's a regional name, for a darning needle, which is a blunt-ended needle. And then I'm just going to do a little running stitch around the edge of that hole there. I was going to set this up at the table with my tripod and a nice bright light. You see, I'm just going under each stitch with my needle. But to be quite honest, it was either this or not do it at all, because I am so tired tonight. After I finish this punky, I am going to bed. Not till I've uploaded, obviously. There we go. No hole. And I'll just do a few little stitches back and forth across the hole. They'll disappear completely into the fabric of the pumpkin. I'm just doing that to make sure that it stays, oops, really nice and firmly done up. We don't want any gaping, actual gaping pumpkin. There we go. And now, so this is my centre top here and centre bottom here. And I'm going to bring my yarn around the pumpkin and I'm going to go through the middle of the top all the way to the bottom and out. Put all the yarn through and pull it tight. And then I'm going to come and do the opposite one. Sometimes it's a bit tough getting through all the layers. Especially because you need to keep a tight pull on that string, on that thread, so that it doesn't come undone and slacken up on the first one. There. So now you've got something that looks like one of those funny succulent plants that looks a bit like a cloven hoof on the top. Can't remember what they're called. And then I'm going to separate each of these little sections into 3, so that we have 6 little lobes on the pumpkin. That's half of it separated up, and then I'm just going to go back through there twice more to do the final 2 sections. around that one. Okay, and then I shall just put a few more stitches. It's a bit tough to do now because it's all pulled tight under there. I'm going to pop a few more stitches in the base of the pumpkin and a knot or two just to make sure those stitches aren't going to come undone. And this one's a little present for someone. And then I'll just thread the yarn, through and out of the side of the pumpkin. Give it a bit of a squish. And there you have it. I'm not putting the stalk on tonight. I'll do that in the morning. I'll show you how I do it. It's not rocket science, I can tell you that now. Oh dear. So, you've not shouted at any cats out the window tonight yet, have you? Are you showing them your pretty beans? Are you now? They are pretty. So I am now officially exhausted and I'm going to go to bed. So I shall say night night and thank you very much for watching and I'll see you tomorrow.